seek out new life and new civilization. To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Hey there, gang. Welcome to the landing party as we go ape in April. Today, we're going to be talking about King Kong, and then we're going to go right into the Planet of the Apes movies. But before we get to that, I just want to say a congratulations to NASA. Since we are a science fiction-based show here, I want to just say congratulations for the successful launch of Artemis 2 today. And that is so awesome. We're going back to the moon and then to Mars. So, amen.
It'll finally shut up these people who say we never went.
Oh, that drives me absolutely crazy. How
could you be? I think it's a real indicator that we're devolving.
Yeah.
Like, how stupid can you be?
we're devolving into apes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Wait, okay, where was the captain's log, man? You needed to give us background on this movie. I was waiting for it.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that. I wasn't Put pressure on. Are we interrupting your dinner as you eat more of your brisket?
Am I chewing too loud?
No. Willis O'Brien, who did the special effects for this, the Kong stuff.
Was it O'Brien? Oh shit!
Yeah. And it was, but a young Harryhausen worked on this as well, right?
No,
he didn't. He didn't help at all on this.
No, he was inspired by it, and then he worked with Willis O'Brien on Mighty Joe Young.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. That's probably where I got confused.
Yeah, I think it was Luis Delgado did the actual sculpture of Kong.
Now you mention it, Willis O'Brien. That's right, I did.
Well, the reason I bring it up is he got pretty prominent listing in the credits and the opening credits of this movie for technical engineer or something like that.
Right,
he was like right at the top of the screen on when his page came up, and so I was surprised. 'Cause I haven't seen this in a long time, but I was surprised how much stop motion is in this movie. I mean, there is a ton. Once they get to the island, it is just like one thing after another. It was just so cool. It was nice to revisit that stuff.
Are you dedicated enough to sit through the musical opening?
No, I fast forwarded. It was almost 5 minutes.
I sat through that whole thing.
Yeah. I watched it on Thanksgiving because you know how that is. That's when you're supposed to watch King Kong. And so I sat through it then, so I wasn't going to do it again.
It's long.
It is long.
You're working.
And I have to say, one of my beefs about this movie, and it's the same thing with Bride of Frankenstein, and it's probably the recording techniques of the day, but the music is so bombastically loud that I find it really annoying.
I think that more than that, in my opinion, is the incessant screaming of Fed.
Yes.
Well, there is that too. It's not only her.
That's what I was going to say. It was driving me nuts. I was just like, because
a whole movie.
There's that huge portion, right, where she gets tied up as the sacrifice, and Kong comes and gets her, and then everybody follows, right? So then there's Kong fights the T-Rex. Kong fights the plesiosaur up in the cave. What it's doing up there, I have no idea. Then Kong fights the pteranodon or the pterodactyl, whatever. And that it's just like one after the other, and she is constantly screaming through that whole stuff.
At least they had the wherewithal in the remakes to make her get charmed by the fact that he keeps saving her ass,
Right. Right.
She actually is kind of, turned on by it in a way, especially in the remake with Peter
Jackson.
That's one of the reasons I hated that film, was that they kind of made this sort of romantic bestiality thing going on. And I just thought it was absurd. But
I agree. Like,
which one was that? The Jack
Black.
Jackson.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It got a little much when they were going around Central Park on the skating rink.
I know.
I
could have puked during that.
That was a 3.5-hour movie.
I know.
Peter Jackson does not know the meaning of cutting. There's nothing he won't cut from any of his movies. They just go on, and your ass is sore sitting in the theater watching that damn thing, and it's too much. I hated
Interestingly enough, though, they cut the bug scene out of the original, which Peter Jackson had in his movie.
And since you bring that up, Aaron, Peter Jackson, they did cut it. They filmed it. Willis O'Brien filmed it, and they cut it because evidently the audience of 1933 couldn't take it.
That's pretty creepy.
Peter Jackson redid it in the style of the 1930 version with stop motion. He did his CGI one for his film, but he recreated it exactly like it was originally shot. And I have it here if you guys want to see it.
Yeah,
I do. Absolutely. I want to see it.
Yeah. It's super, super cool. All right. Here we go. So this is going to pick up. This is the real footage here from the film where Jack is stuck in that little cave after Kong is rolling the guys off the log.
Right.
That's still cool as hell.
Here we go. This is all new footage here.
Man, they made short work of those dudes.
Well,
how cool is that?
That's right there.
Those guys, when they all fell to their death when King Kong was rolling the log, there's no way they survived that. You see those guys hit the canyon wall, they're just flopping around.
I gotta say though, whenever all the close-ups.
Well, this is all stuff from the.
This was
original.
Yeah, this is all stuff from the original. Yeah,
Hilarious.
But that is just so cool that he took the time to do that in the style that it was originally done.
Yeah. Just out of pure love, probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
this film was featured in the AFI's top 100 films of all time. I wonder what Anna thinks about that.
Dude, I was shocked. I loved this movie.
Oh, right. And there was no midgets in it either. I don't think there was.
No, it was so much fun. Right when you, I'm like, they really were cut for time. They're like, we can't have any bullshit. Stuff has to happen over and over again.
That's very true. I was going to say that it's a very well wrapped, presentation. It doesn't. It's
so immersive. Like when the ship shows up at the island and you see the wall and you can see the villages and you see the birds flying in those towering mountains and stuff. It looks so damn cool. The sense of depth.
And the atmosphere.
And the atmosphere. Yeah, exactly. It's so atmospheric.
Yeah, the special effects in this were, especially for 1933. I mean, you can say whatever you want about stop motion. I happen to love it, but that village and the wall, that stuff looked great.
It did. And you know what I was thinking about because of the time that we live in now? And I'm like, they didn't find island people. They found African people. And I'm like, did you see how many there were?
Yeah.
Like there was more Black people than white people in that movie.
Yep.
So all the people that are bitching that Black people were never in movies, and I'm like, if anything, this movie hired
what they were depicting is what they complain about.
Yeah.
But the greatest line in the whole movie is when that woman says, they're talking about gorillas, and she says, "There's enough of them here in New York."
Yeah. Say, what's Denim got? I hear it's some kind of gorilla. Ain't we got enough of them in New York?
That was pretty bad. No, there were so many moments in this movie that I wanted to just clip for intro because it's so funny.
Well, I like when Jack Driscoll's talking to Denham, and he goes, going soft on me, eh, Jack? He says, oh, you know better than that. He says, oh, yeah, it's happened before. A tough egg, a hard-boiled egg like you falls for a good-looking dame, and bam, you go sappy on me.
Well, it's funny because like, there really weren't a lot of scenes between Fay Ray and the guy. And then all of a sudden, like maybe the third scene, he turns around and he's like, I love you.
I know. He says, I love you. I was like, whoa.
I guess I love you.
No, I like that. So
like,
I hate romance. Like, I'm not a big, like, romance person. I'm just like, can we just cut to the chase already? And so the fact that, like, they talked for a little bit, then he's just straightforward. He's like, yo, I love you. How do you feel about that? I was like, oh, that's such a dude thing, and I love it.
Well, it's like,
I was watching
he
it
never
with
saw a girl that good looking before, especially on his ship. So he's like, he's not waiting.
Yeah.
Well, see, the funny thing was he like whacks her in the face and he's not looking at her and he's just being a dictator. He's like, yeah, women don't belong here. They cause trouble. Then he looks at her and he's like, oh.
Exactly.
And he's like, never mind.
We were cracking up
that every outfit she had was see-through. I think that probably helped everyone like her.
Code, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because when Kong is taking her clothes off, I was like,
I like the sound effect when Kong is touching her boob.
Yeah.
I guess that's the boob touching sound effect.
In the De Laurentiis remake, you get to see what's her name?
Jessica Lange.
She just shows it right there. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. She had a great set of legs, though. I'll give her that.
That was, the funny thing is, that was her first movie, just like I think this was Fay Ray's first movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it was her big break anyway.
Yeah. She actually, before this thing came out, she filmed 4 other movies because it took so long for Willis O'Brien to finish the special effects. She did 4 more movies after she completed this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they were filming Most Dangerous Game at the same time. And Fay Ray was in that, and so was Robert Armstrong. So like when they were on breaks, they'd use the same set. The jungle set from King Kong is the same set as Most Dangerous Game.
Really? I haven't seen. I got to go see that because I know the premise of that movie, and I want to go watch that now.
You've never seen that Most Dangerous Game?
No, not with Fay Ray. I haven't.
Oh, it's good. It's creepy.
Is that the original one?
The original Most Dangerous Game, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that one's good.
That's the one where the guy hunts yeah.
It's free. You don't
lures
have to
people to his island and then becomes big game hunters,
I have not seen that. The one with, at least the version with Fay Ray. I've seen some version of it, I'm sure, but I thought you know what I noticed, we talking about the black actors that played the Islanders. The one girl that was going to be sacrificed. I loved watching her expressions as they're like putting flowers on her. She was playing it up like she knew she was going to die, and she wasn't just sitting there stone faced. She was like, I thought she did a good job because she was like,
it's
she
funny
wasn't
how,
at all.
Like he eats them, but then he sees a blonde chick and he's
I know. he
It's
just
almost
falls
like
in love
that's a
with her.
stereotype for a certain demographic.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
You know who I felt bad for? The poor person that had it the worst was that woman who's minding her own business, sleeping in bed. Khan
Yes.
climbs up the window, grabs her out of bed,
pulls her out
and
of
then drops her.
I know.
I mean, that
was gonna
really
bring that up.
bothers me.
That poor woman, I know. And then they show her falling, and it's like this disjointed kind of leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She,
yeah.
The thing that was cracking me up every time is when the close-ups of Kong, and he's like,
yeah.
Oh,
He had the big headshot.
the giant,
he's
the
just
giant
looking at her
head
like, yeah,
top. Yeah.
that's horny, the biggest horny gorilla of all time.
They used the giant head for when he was eating a native too. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's chewing on them, and they had an
Yeah.
Guys like, ah.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. Those scenes were cut after it was released. Those scenes where he squishes the native with his
Oh,
foot.
Yeah.
When he bit the guy that he took out of the train.
Yeah, he bit him. It looked like he was
Yeah.
going to tear him in half.
Yeah, that was taken.
him.
The unpeeling of Fay Ray's dress was taken out. There's a lot of stuff that was.
Yeah, there's
that was-
because I can recall seeing, like, watching it again this time, thinking, man, have I ever seen that part before? Or all those close-ups, were all those close-ups there? Like, I didn't remember there being as many as there were. So maybe,
Yeah, that's a good point. Because when we saw him as a kid, probably on TV, all that stuff was cut out.
yeah, I don't recall seeing him chomping on the guy like in the
No, I
close.
didn't remember that either.
And I
Yeah.
do know that there were women who were fainting in the audience back then during, when it first got released. Because, it's like anything, we pass the effects, but the effects for that time were, like,
Yeah,
state of the art. But
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
they were
if you watch Toy Story now, the first
yeah,
one, it looks so dated now. But
Sure.
back then it was like, whoa, look at how
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at Star Wars, the first Star Wars. Before Lucas tampered with it. That's very dated. In fact,
Really?
if it wasn't for King Kong, as I said in our thread, there wouldn't be ILM. There wouldn't have been Ray Harryhausen. There wouldn't have been all these technicians that would rise up to because they were every one of them says they were influenced by King Kong.
Yeah.
Ray Bradbury. He wouldn't have wrote his novels if it wasn't for King Kong. He said.
You look at all
That's how influential that movie was.
the Sinbad movies with the Harryhausen effects. I mean, it was just like it really cracked that wide open for a while there.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, those were fun.
Journey to the 20 million miles to Earth with that Ymir creature and
Yeah,
Oh, I love that movie, or at least I love the
Ice
monster.
the elephant. It's all stop motion.
yeah.
Yep.
My favorite is the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
That's a good one.
When you see the silhouette of the beast rise up against the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that silhouette shot is so freaking cool.
You know, the thing about that movie, and I'm going to get into it with Graham here if we go off on a tangent, but I don't think that movie's very good. But the part with the monster, that's the only good part of the movie. The rest of it is so boring. It drove me nuts.
Which?
Beast from 20,000.
Are you kidding me? The 20 million miles to Earth is the most boring one.
Oh, I love that monster though.
Well, you love the monster. I love the Rhedosaurus, but
Okay,
at
all right.
At
Fair
least,
enough.
Yeah,
at
they're
least
both
in
about.
my
It's really
movie, we
both.
got Kenneth Toby.
They're both cut from the same cloth. Really, it's
That's
not-
true.
Yeah. The funny thing about 20 million miles is that you got this one U.S. Air Force guy, and he's running around all of Italy telling everybody what to do. He's telling the generals where to point the weapons. He grabs a bazooka from some guy and runs up the stairs himself. He's telling the cops where to go. He's like this Mr. Bossy Boots, you know.
Bossy boots.
Mr. Bossy Boots.
Bossy boots.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's cool to see how these things influence. Like I remember watching The Terror from Beyond Space.
Yeah.
That was what Alien was based
Yeah.
on. Was based on
Yep.
that. But obviously, in such a short amount of time, in the 30 years it took to, what was it? That was like 56 or something. And then Alien came out only 20 years later, and it was vastly superior, vastly the effects. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, someone put out
over these things.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but someone put out, I guess they would call it a meme or whatever, that has a shot of the Wright brothers, right, with their first plane, and then a shot of, us walking on the moon. And it said there's only 60 years apart, those two things.
Yeah, I know, it's insane.
Which is incredible.
Yeah. I think of my grandfather, he was born in 1900. So he saw, the telephone. He saw, was alive for the Great Depression. He fought in World War I. It was World War II. He saw television rise up. He died in like the early 1980s. He saw men walk on the moon. All of that in his life.
Incredible.
I know. I don't understand why people don't want to sit and talk with people who are really old like that.
I know.
I remember talking to my grandmother back, and I was asking her about the War of the Worlds broadcast because she was part of that, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember." She goes, "People were fleeing their homes, and it's wild."
I know.
Impact. What are you laughing at, Anna? Yeah, I know. It's so far before your time, right?
No. I was just thinking, you're like, how come nobody wants to go talk to people that are really old? And I'm just sitting here like,
you're sitting.
Wait a minute. Wait, I think we just got dissed, boys.
That old. Are we?
I was trying to keep it in because you made
It's all relative, Anna.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing it
Don't let the gray hair fool you.
Change this title to Anna and the Three Old Geezers.
The landing geezers.
Most of my friends are significantly older than me, but that's because people my age I don't really have much in common with. So.
There you go.
Well,
I'll take that.
At least
I
you
felt
married,
like that when I was young too.
At least you married somebody within your age. You could have been like Anna Nicole Smith, who married a 90-year-old.
You know what? I could have, but I prefer guys that
married
are
for
a little
love.
bit more older than me, but not much. Peaches still looks good for his age.
How much older than you is he?
She can't give away her age, but he's in his 40s.
How much older is he?
Did he just turn 40 or something? Or is
No, he
in his
didn't turn
30s?
40. He's in his 30s, but he is
Okay.
older than me.
How
I always
much,
tease him. I'm like, oh, when you were like doing that, I couldn't even read yet.
how much older? It's just in years. In years.
Less than 10 years, but close.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
No.
I'm 16 years older than my
Ron, you dog.
You, Rob in the cradle.
Look at that guy.
It's weird.
Ron was her
When I
babysitter.
was in college, she was being pushed around on us. So actually, when I first went to college, she was 4 years old.
Yeah, that puts it in
Wait a
perspective.
minute. Did you tell her you had money? Is that how you did this?
The weird part. Well, no, her friend did actually, but she didn't. I was driving a Porsche at the time. Right?
Oh
So
yeah, that'll do it.
my buddy, we met them. And my buddy ended up with her friend, and I didn't end up with my wife. She had a boyfriend, and I was just talking to her. But afterwards, like me, my buddy, and her friend went out for breakfast and stuff, and Aaron, my wife, went home. But I had a Porsche at the time. But she told Aaron I had a Lamborghini, and then I lived in a mansion and all.
She must
I
have
did.
been
At
disappointed
that
when
time,
she
I
got
had a
home.
little cape set on a hill.
So was she disappointed when she found out the real Ron?
Oh, obviously not. She's still with me.
Yeah, well, that's
The real Ron.
the real
real
Ron.
Ron.
The poor Ron.
Poor
The
Ron.
middle class Ron.
I did have the Porsche though.
Yeah, that goes a long way.
Yeah, I love that car, man. I wish I never.
I
sold
never had a nice car growing up. It was
I
always
just
just
gave a
whatever.
nice car back.
Aaron, I want to talk to you about that painting
Yeah,
behind you. Is that
Yeah.
done?
more
Is
or
that-
less. Unless I change something. Why are you going to criticize it?
I was gonna give you a. but
I
don't-
think it looks beautiful.
it is. It's
And
absolutely
everyone
gorgeous.
that was criticizing it,
Absolutely.
I don't
gorgeous.
think they could paint like that.
I know. I took quite a bit of grief on it for
You know
just
what,
dumb things. It pissed
Aaron, I
me
think that's all stems
You
from
took
jealousy.
grief for that painting?
off. Mhm.
Yes,
Why? It's beautiful. What
Thank
they
you.
say.
exactly. Ron.
No,
It's
don't
beautiful,
say.
you
I
did
don't want to
great.
say what they said because I don't want to put stuff in people's minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you no, Ron, if you,
You
have
can
something
tell
to
them
tell me
stage.
after.
It's very, very minor little
Well,
thing.
tell me after.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
But believe me, it's such a
It's that he's wearing pants, Aaron. Like you couldn't
Dude.
have gave him the matching Tarzan outfits. Come on.
Well, that is the Tarzan that just came out with the Skarsgård. You know, that was Chino Tarzan.
Yeah, listen, my biggest gripe with Tarzan is that I have more body hair than him. I'm like, really, mofo? Really? I'm like, dude has a perfect haircut.
Well,
He's got no body hair. I'm like, you are supposed to be dirty, living in the jungle, and you have a fresh, clean haircut, clean shaven. What is going on? I have a thicker beard than Tarzan does.
Wait a second. Edgar Rice Burroughs addresses that in Tarzan of the Apes. Because once Tarzan finds out he's a man and that he's different from the apes, this is before he's even met a human being. He shaved off all the hair on his face and body so that he would not look like an ape.
Mm.
there you go.
Now the ultimate question though, do you guys think Tarzan banged an ape?
I hope not.
That's
I hope not.
all he was around.
Ugh.
It was a
Oh, poor Aaron.
it was a sex
Touching your
robot.
pearl.
Oh, yikes.
Listen, I have had a debate with this with other people many
Well,
times.
Ron's like, Ron, I can't take it anymore. Ron,
Philip Jose Farmer
Just
threw
like
that
you.
out in his book, Tarzan Alive.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, because every time I say something, I feel like nobody can hear me. That's
We're
weird.
just not listening.
Yeah, that's
ignoring
probably
it.
what it.
I'm just talking over you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're
No,
talking
that's
about Tarzan.
No, I know what you're talking about. I'm trying. Is that louder than I was?
Well, you haven't
you sound
done
fine.
anything with a microphone. You just put earbuds or
No,
earphones.
I have
on.
a microphone.
Yeah, you haven't moved it.
No, you
Is
sound
it
fine.
louder now? There you
No.
go.
No, it's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah, well, I'll have to figure that out.
Look, people that chat are like, "Don't ruin Tarzan, Anna. You're ruining Tarzan for everybody."
Yeah, Tarzan's a fantasy. You know,
So, okay, this really ticks me off. And this ticks me off about every version of King Kong. Carl, what's the guy's name? Carl Denham, is that the producer?
yeah,
He brought this freaking monster into New York City. It kills a bunch of people, destroys property, and he just walks away and says it was the beauty that killed the beast. He would have been in cuffs and
I know.
out of there.
well, in Son of Kong, it picks up and he's on the run from all the lawsuits.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. That's why he goes back to Skull Island to bring something else back so that he can make some money.
See,
Okay.
I agree with that.
We're
It
all
just cut-
far too accepting of it. You know, when he first initially proposed it, I would have looked at him like, "What are you fucking crazy?" He wanted to go back for the fucking gorilla for Kong. Like, you're out of your fucking mind, man.
You mean when
would-
he's talking to his men, like, let's go back and get him?
Yeah, when they rescue her, and then they're like, "Let's go back and get." What are you fucking crazy?
Right.
Who the hell would have done that? Nobody.
Well, they didn't have to because Kong came right the second he
Well,
said that.
they still went back to the island to get
Oh.
him.
Well, yeah, when after he gassed him, they're like, "Yeah, we'll just tie him to the boat." And I'm like, "You're taking that thing on a boat
Yeah.
for like what were they out at sea for like 30 days or something?" I think Fay Ray mentioned that we've been
Yeah.
on
It's got to be longer than that because to get all the way to New York City from what the East Indies was where they said Skull
Right.
Island was, that's going to be like half a year.
Yeah,
So they have enough stuff to keep him knocked out for half a year to get back to New York.
yeah, there's
Well,
just
Yeah,
no
and since
way.
the boat wasn't built as a container ship, where would you put him? You know, it's not like
No.
there's a giant hold that you could put a
That
60-foot
makes a
gorilla.
lot more sense as to why the captain fell in love with her. If he was on the boat with her for 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true. The romance, he just saved her life. She was grateful, and
Well, she was talking to the Chinese cook about
Charlie.
how long they'd been at sea, and I can't remember. It was a long time though. It might have been, she said 3 months or something. I thought it was a long period of time, and I was like, wow.
He's like, I go back to China. I cut no more potatoes.
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
All hands on deck, everyone on deck. All hands on deck, everyone on deck.
Chop,
He
chop.
wasn't saying deck. He was saying dick.
How lucky were they, the villagers, when they came up and she was just right there? They left the thing down. She was right there. They just grab her.
Yeah, she just happened to be right
Oh,
there.
and they climbed on
Yeah,
board.
and for all that screaming, you know what I mean? You didn't hear a peep out of her that time.
Yeah, well, they, you know,
Well, they were tired of it too. They put her hand over her mouth.
that's right.
Like, oh my god!
But you know, to that point, which you guys mentioned earlier, that one thing I really appreciate about this film, as opposed to Peter Jackson's reinterpretation, is this was an extremely efficient film.
Yeah,
They like you guys said, they covered the ground they needed to cover, but they got in and got out, and they did stuff, and it just kept moving. And
I wasn't expecting all the dinosaurs, and I'm like, they didn't know back then what these dinosaurs were like. I'm like, like that one's not gonna bother you. That one's not gonna bother.
Well, yeah, the big Diplodocus or whatever that was in the water that's clearly
the long neck,
long neck was is a plant eater, but he's trying to eat these guys. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, it's a guy in the
First
tree.
thing they say when they see the Stegosaurus is, you ask them, "That's a dinosaur." Like, you know.
I'm like, oh, only a couple bullets take that thing out. I'm like, that thing wouldn't even bother you if you just went past it. It's like, you're nothing to it.
Right.
And then the guy that's running away from the long neck, and he climbs up a tree. I'm like,
I know that was
how
dumb.
this thing is built, you retard. Keep running.
I know he
Just ran into its food supply.
I know, because right, so he's eye level with it. That makes a lot of sense.
And then the director, I'm like, his whole thing is like, oh yeah, I have to have this whole spiel about how I do my own camera work because the guy was scared with the rhino. And I'm like, this bitch is going into the jungle to save her from a monster, and he doesn't bring his camera?
No. That's
like,
what
bro, this is your movie. This is your
I know. I was like, dude, where's your camera at?
You know, there's some of the hokey acting stuff in there always cracks me up. The stuff we talked about, like, you get all sappy on me, Jack. Then there's this scene where they're going to head back, and he says, okay, you know, we'll make friends. We'll come back tomorrow, you know, and just, he says, act natural, you know, and he pushes the hat up on his head, and, you know, he's like, got his hands in his pocket. He's whistling and turning around, like trying to look like real nonchalant, you know? Oh God, it was so hammy, you know?
Yeah, but back then, you know, it was like they were still trying to figure out film performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was a few people that were kind of ahead of their time, like Frederick March was really good.
Yep.
Really early. And but some of these guys were, you know, they were just really ham actors because everybody came from the stage, right? Or silent films, which was always overblown because there was no dialogue.
Right.
Well, it was more, they took the craft more seriously too. I mean, now you got actors who, you know, it's so hard to believe the character they're trying to portray. But every single person in this movie, you just think is the character. You're not distracted by their movie stardom or all things that change your view of it, you know.
True. But it is interesting that how acting went from, I think probably Brando changed it all with method acting, but it was more, acting was more performance than it was like being the character. It was more, you know, and so it's just a different style of acting. Right?
Yeah, it's a different style.
Till the 50s. And I didn't have a problem with it, but it is funny because sometimes you've got those hammy moments.
I mean, especially early on in the sound era, you know, but by the 1940s and 50s, you know, these guys were doing really great film acting, you know, and you know, there's a difference, like you said, the Brando, you know, immersion type stuff, you know, the Stella Adler class and all that kind of shit versus the Shakespearean guys, you know.
Oh, right.
You know, and you know, I remember Betty Davis saying, you know, at one point in the 70s or 80s, you know, nobody acts anymore. Everybody tries to be method, you know, and it's like they want to be so natural, you know. And she said, my next door neighbor is a lovely woman. She's very natural, but I'm not going to pay $2 to go see her on a screen, you know. Because, you know, there's no style there, you know, and that's what those old actors had. They had a style to them.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
us
think
as
about
artists.
James Cagney or Humphrey Bogart. I mean, they're so singular and they're identifiable in that, and
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's just
All those guys. Yeah,
you
Clark
can't
Gable,
imitate
John Wayne.
because they
You
had
know.
so much caricature to what they project,
Yeah.
Like-
That's what made movie stars as opposed to just a really fine actor. You know what I
Right.
mean? Was that kind of persona that they took
Yeah.
with them from film to film.
Yeah, and it's that personality that puts asses in the seats.
Yeah.
They'll go see a John Wayne movie because it's John Wayne. But
Clint Eastwood.
or Clint Eastwood. Yeah, but I'm not going to go see a Dustin Hoffman movie unless the subject matter is interesting because he's another one of those method guys.
Mhm.
It's like, well, okay, yeah, you're a fine actor when you're in the right role and everything, but you don't have a personality that's going to make me.
Wait,
I think the
couldn't he
difference
act
is
retarded for Rain Man? Like out.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that?
but
So when he like in between filming the scenes, he was still acting like a retard.
In between, probably.
Because that's what the method actor, like Jared Leto, which I think is funny because he's doing Skeletor. He's like, he doesn't break character from when they start filming to
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
stop. So I'm like, so is that dude just walking around the set of Masters of the Universe like Skeletor? So is Dustin Hoffman walking around like when they were filming Rain Man, acting like Rain Man the whole time?
I wonder if he was. He probably was. What was that Olivier said to Dustin Hoffman in a Marathon Man, when Dustin is like before the take, he's like Dustin Hoffman's like running around, trying to get like all sweaty and stuff because he was just running miles or whatever.
Yeah.
And Olivier goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, I'm preparing for my role and blah blah blah. And he goes, "Why don't you just try acting?"
Yes. Yeah. Why not try acting, dear boy?
Yeah. Why don't you try acting?
it's because they start with a blank slate. And they try to be, that's the whole point of that. is that you release everything that is actually you that could actually contribute to the character and you become something else.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference with those guys. Like if you were to talk to James Cagney on the street, he would be very similar to what he presented in his roles.
Well,
But
it's Wrightson had a good quote that I thought was kind of interesting. Bernie Wrightson, he was doing he was working on Shawshank Redemption, not Shawshank. What was the other one that he did right after that? Same director Delabont did The Green Mile.
Frank Delabonte.
Yeah, The Green Mile. So Wrightson apparently was doing storyboard or something for The Green Mile. And he said he was sitting there talking with Tom Hanks, just Tom Hanks, conversation. And then he goes over there to shoot his scene, and then he becomes this completely different thing. And then as soon as he yells cut, Tom Hanks comes back over and he's Tom Hanks again. And he goes, that's when I knew that Tom Hanks was a really good actor. And so it wasn't, I don't think Tom Hanks would consider himself a method actor. He's just a guy that goes out there, does the performance, and he's been a very successful actor, obviously.
There are some brilliant actors. I mean, whether they're method or not is questionable.
Yeah, right.
I think Tom Hanks is certainly one of them. That Forrest Gump was a remarkable movie, no matter what.
I mean, look at Gene Hackman.
Yeah, Hackman, another one.
He started in comedy.
Really?
Hackman's delivery is what his timing and his delivery and his, it was so believable no matter what he did. Even when he played Lex Luthor,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something campy like that. He was still, his timing and his delivery was so on point.
Yeah.
Like when he did Crimson Tide, I love that freaking movie for him.
Oh yeah.
He's just so good in it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that the Kirby Silver Surfer's the only Silver Surfer.
And Denzel Washington, he's got his own sort of shtick that he does.
Yeah.
I know, but he's really good. I think he's
Yeah.
one of the better modern
Well,
actors.
he is a movie star in that respect. Like Ron's saying,
Yeah.
he has a style, a stylization, that works.
It's interesting to see him play in Training Day.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that similar affect, but then you see him in something like, The Equalizer.
Mhm.
It's the same guy, but there's something totally at the same time he pulls off something totally different. It's weird.
Yeah.
How he's able to inhabit different roles like that without a whole lot of effort.
See, I like those guys like Hackman who can play like light, funny, intense, and also mean, you know. I thought Ernest Borgnine was like that too. He could play a happy-go-lucky guy, but he could also play one mean son of a bitch, you know.
Emperor of the North.
Yeah, exactly. Or even the Wild Bunch, you know.
Well, it is interesting. You look at I think Tom Hanks guys have like what makes I think guys stars also is their ability to be likable by the audience, right?
Right.
Tom Hanks has a Jimmy Stewart type quality to him, right? Denzel Washington has a very much, even when he's a bad guy, you still like him. You know, there's something about him that you want to go see him perform. And then there's other guys that, you know.
You guys got to see my son's movie he just did in college. It was a girl made a short film, and he was the star of it. It's funny. It's called The Sandwich.
The Sandwich?
Yeah, it's called The Sandwich. It's cool to see him.
Cute.
Yeah,
become an actor and do all this stuff.
Dude, we used to do that all the time in at film school. When I was at SC, we would, you know, it was like, dude, you want to be in my movie? Because it's so much easier than to advertise in Variety and try to get someone in there to do it. You just use your friends. And so we all at some point, those of us who didn't mind being in front of the camera, and I was one that didn't care. I was like, I did scenes and stuff in guys' movies all the time because it was.
This is funny. Dustin Hoffman, Rain Man, look retarded, act retarded, not retarded. Counted toothfish, cheated cards, autistic show, not retarded.
You can't go full retard.
You can't go full retard. Oh.
Yeah. And it shows clips of Ben Stiller doing that acting job.
Yeah.
That movie couldn't get made today.
No, it could not. Oh my gosh.
I think that's one of Robert Downey's greatest roles.
Oh,
It's so good.
That was funny.
He was around a long time, man. He was in real Weird Science and Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield. It's weird to see.
Oh, that's right. He was his the kid's roommate.
Yeah, his friend. Yeah, his roommate.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see him now. And then what he evolved to. Then he did that one that was about him, basically. The
Too Low for Zero.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, and he was a drug addict.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he ended up in somebody's freaking house, sleeping on their couch or something. They walked in and he was asleep, passed out on their couch because he was all fucked up, and he just walked in somebody's house.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Anna, what would you do? Anna, what would you do if you walked in your house and Robert Downey Jr. was crashed on your couch?
I'd be in very much shock that my dogs hadn't attacked. I'd be like, this is interesting.
Anna's house is like that scene in with Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where the Manson family comes in and he sicks his dog on him.
Oh yeah.
I love that scene more than that's one of my favorite scenes of all time.
Yeah.
Because it's where Quentin took the reality and changed it to what if. This is how it went down, you know?
Yeah.
And you were just so rooting for him to kick their fucking ass. And he did.
Yeah.
When he looks down and he sees the knife in his thigh, and then he grabs her by the hair and just starts bashing her face into that concrete
the mantle on the fireplace.
Mantle. And you can see the face just collapsing.
Yeah.
Normally I'd be like, ugh, but because it was them, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Get it.
Just kill them. And then the other dude played by the actor who became big. What's his name?
Oh, guy who played Tex.
Guy who played Elvis, yeah.
Yeah. He was Tex in the movie you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a great one. I would say, who would you rank up there for directors? Like, I think Quentin is definitely up there, except the one thing that annoys me about him, which he didn't do in in that one is he becomes a little indulgent with himself. Like he puts something and he likes that throws you out of the escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's talked about that. He lost his editor. I can't remember her name, but like I guess she kept his films like really tight and you know, so she would reel him in where now he doesn't have that. So he's just like, fuck it, put everything in it.
Yeah, like even in that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the sequence is overly long where the character, the cowboy actor character, is sitting there with the little girl actress, and they get into this deep conversation and all this stuff, and it's like it's just going
that's
on.
supposed to be like Meryl Streep, right?
Felt like he was trying to add depth where it didn't need it.
Yeah.
With that
Well, then
girl.
there's the table reading too. It was like we're doing the table reading of the entire show, and then he screws up, and that's when you realize, okay, you know, it was a table reading, and then it just went on for so long. It's like, come on, man, get to the plot here.
Mel Gibson, on the other hand, I think is the consummate director. I think he is.
I'm so impressed with him. I never would have guessed it.
Ridiculously great at it because everything is 100% authentic.
Yeah.
100% researched, 100% what it is. Like if it was a Quentin Tarantino thing, like let's say Apocalypto, he would have thrown in some kind of soundtrack bit that just didn't go on.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Whereas this, I mean, did you see Apocalypto, Aaron?
No.
I have not. I have not seen it, but I keep hearing great things about it.
Apocalypto?
It's so good.
It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't put it on while I'm working because I got to read it.
You have to read it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it's really good. If you have time to watch it, watch it. It's
On a rainy day, sit down and watch it from front to
All right.
don't
that'd
eat
be
beforehand.
totally
It gets pretty gruesome.
Oh,
What's that?
It's very graphic.
You can't get asked for a more immersive experience.
Yeah.
You're just in it, like where you're like, what the fuck, you know, like what it would.
Gibson has a really good sense of self, and good instincts when it comes to movies. Even when he's just pumping out things, you know, to make money to fund the resurrection, whatever. He's always good in everything he does. You know.
Well, when he did, you know, Passion of the Christ, what I like about what he does is he forces. No, he's not forcing you, but he doesn't pull any punches about what you're supposed to see to get the message across to you. What a brutal thing this man went through.
Yeah.
I mean, just. And you can't turn away. You're just so, and it's like he builds it. He leads you into it to the point where you can't turn away from it.
Yeah. Well, he gets close-ups. I mean, even the people that were there didn't see it the way we saw it in that movie because, you know, there was close-ups of the scourging and stuff. It was almost like violence porn at some point, you know.
Well,
He was
fat under the skin when the barbs are pulling his skin off, you know.
Yeah, but he also has such an artistic vision. Like his representation of Satan in that film was
The baby?
incredible.
The midget?
That was just
Yeah, that was a midget. Isn't it great?
It was
a midget. It was a little midget.
I love the tear of God coming down.
Yes, that was a great scene. That was just it was so artistic. It was just so good. It's like a European film made by an American or something. I don't know.
I wonder why it's taken him so long because it was so successful and he funded it with his own money. So he made a shit ton of profit on that. I wonder what took him so long to get into the second one, which he's filming now, you know?
He talks about it on Rogan. And I have to refresh my memory, but he talks about that. Why? Because Rogan asked him that.
Mm.
Well, he brings up how he's going to do it now.
Yeah, he just said there's so much that would go into it. He just kind of didn't know if he could pull it off or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so but he had it, you know, and he waited till he had it all in his head how he would want it to go. And it just took him years to figure out how he was going to do it.
Yeah. It's got to be at least 20 years, right?
Yeah. Oh, well.
I think so.
That was the knock on Steve Gerber. He would never start writing a script until he had it completely finished in his head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was 2003. year 4 that came out, right?
Yeah, I was at CrossGen when that movie came out.
All right, so that's 22 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So
Yeah, this one I can't wait for. I mean, because he goes down into hell, and
Yeah.
can't wait for that, man. Because
Yeah.
who knows how he's gonna cook that up. And Jim Caviezel's back in it, and
No,
he is?
Jim,
I
I
thought he was
didn't think
out.
Jim. I thought there was a different actor playing Jesus.
No, he said he's coming back.
no,
Really?
Jim
Oh,
Caviezel's coming back. Yeah,
okay.
It's not
They're
like
gonna
he's
have to young
busy.
him up a little bit.
I hate what Hollywood did to him after he played that role too. They just completely iced him out because he played Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I watched a couple interviews with him, and he doesn't seem like he's all there.
Well,
Who,
he's a real
Caviezel?
believer. I mean, he's a complete devout, Christ follower.
No, I understand, but I mean, you could be very devout, but I don't know what his intelligence level is. And this, I feel so mean for saying this, but I watched a couple interviews and I'm like, I don't know if he did something that made him mentally impaired, or maybe it was the lightning, or because he's a very good actor, but when you watch it, I'm like, oh,
Well, he must be smart enough to be able to do it. So,
well, I mean, when you're an actor, you're just memorizing lines and playing a character. But when you're not, I mean, we've seen enough Hollywood people that are complete retards in real life once
Yeah.
they open their mouth.
You guys
Yep.
see the movie he did where he saved those kids, or what was it about?
Oh yeah, the one that.
It was really good.
That probably pissed off a lot of Hollywood people too. That
Oh,
one.
that's right. Yeah.
That was a sex
You
trafficking.
had they wouldn't show it. Like it's unbelievable. In the last 10 years, all the fucking shit they refused to show because of their agenda. Like that was one of them. I mean, it's just unbelievable the crap their agenda they put in everything and threw everything else to the side until
Mm-hmm.
Tom Cruise came along and did, Top Gun 2 Maverick.
Yeah.
So everything was
Pissed
shit.
him off because he did a pro-American military movie, and
Yeah.
people went to see it in droves.
Yep.
It's unbelievable.
Well, I was talking to one of the girls that was like in charge of marketing, and she said the way that they had to market that movie was that it was like a family for all ages movie, and she's like, they'll never do it again, even though how
What are they,
successful
allergic
it
to
was.
money?
Well, but that Ryan Gosling movie is supposed to be that.
Oh
the
yeah, I
Hail
read that.
Mary?
It's so
It's
good.
supposed to be really excellent. Yeah, it's,
I
I've
like-
heard
heard.
it's really good.
it's supposed to be like the old school movies where you can bring your whole family. There's no agenda in it. There's none of that woke bullshit.
Yeah.
Just a great movie that
Well,
you can bring your whole family to, like E.T.
The guy that wrote it, his Weir, I think his first name's Andrew. He did The Martian, and he
Oh.
pitched an idea for Star Trek movies, and they said no. So
Probably
he
'cause he
wanted,
loves Star Trek.
yeah, he
Right.
wanted to do Star Trek, and they said no. And then he's got The Martian, which was extremely successful, and now this one.
That's
So-
because they had a foothold in Star Trek so they could.
Oh yeah. The purple-haired nuts are all over Star Trek now. So
Yeah, they weren't going to mess that up.
Didn't he come out and criticize Star Trek just
Yeah,
recently?
he said he's like, I pitched for it, and they didn't want to, but here
But
we
he,
go.
no, but he called it out and said it was crap or something like that. Then he came back and apologized for saying that.
but it's
Why
true.
Why apologize, man? Apologize. Why did these guys do that?
Because their agents tell them to.
Yeah. The
I-
powers that be
I-
say, you want
Hire
another
your
job?
fucking agent then. Get a
Well,
new agent.
or don't say it to begin with. You know what I mean? It's like be smart enough not to, dive into it. But if you're going to dive into it, then
This is America. I get what you're saying, but this is America. We should be able to say whatever the hell we want.
Mhm.
Obviously, when you're not, except things like you're going to hurt people.
Sure.
But to have an opinion about a movie or a TV show should not blacklist you in any way, shape, or form, and that's what's got to change because that's ridiculous. The
well, I
fact that
agree, but it happens all the time, right? You piss
I know.
somebody off and they screw you up, man.
Because they're children.
Yep.
Remember what Nathan Brittle said? Never apologize, mister. It's a sign of weakness.
Yep.
you can apologize for things you truly should own.
Yeah.
I mean, I teach my children, you always apologize for the things you truly should apologize for, but don't take on someone else's sins and apologize
Well, don't
Right.
apologize if you don't mean it.
Well, of
Well,
course.
right.
Yeah,
That too.
but some people will convince you did something when you didn't
Yeah.
Right.
because they want to get themselves off the hook, and you can't let them do that.
Yeah, but then when you apologize for their feelings, then you get into more trouble. I'm sorry you feel that I insulted you.
Non-apology apology.
Yeah. That's usually the apologies I give. Well, I'm sorry that you're upset with me.
There was no apologizing for King Kong. I'll tell you that.
For what?
For King Kong.
Oh,
Nobody apologized
we
for
finished
that movie.
movie a long time ago.
Just trying to bring us back.
I appreciate
Listen,
it.
I loved that movie. It was great.
So it's
I'm
worth
happy
the
I watched
$4.99
it.
you had to pay for it.
Yeah, no, it was worth the money. I probably
I can't
should've
believe
bought
that
it.
you, Aaron, didn't own it already.
I was surprised I didn't either because I go,
Yeah.
Shelly, do we have this? She goes, I don't think so. And I'm like, how do I not have this movie? So
I thought the same thing. I wonder if I have it somewhere, but I don't.
I have Peter Jackson.
Tomorrow, I'm going to see it on the shelf. I'm like, oh,
Do you guys have the Planet of the Apes movies?
No.
I
I
have
might have one or two of them.
I have the first one. I know for sure. I don't know if I have any of the other ones though.
I bought them all on Fandango. They had a sale, and it was like $5 a movie if you
So
bought the whole
you
bundle.
have the digital.
Yeah,
See, I never.
I buy a lot of my movies that way. They get them 4K that way too.
What happens if they fold, or how do you own it? Are you able to stream it to your hard drive, or
That's a good
No,
question. How does
no.
that work?
no.
I mean, I bought some stuff, like that. We bought movies that are just
Well, really,
digitally.
own it? It's
Yeah.
just an ether thing. You're just getting.
Well, I can always get the solid media. I buy these things when they're on these sales, and they're like $5 a pop.
Right.
Whereas like if I bought the digital thing, it'd be like $10, $15, $20.
Yeah, Ron.
I'm not sure that was a moment that deserved that, but
That wasn't really a "Hey Ron" moment.
yeah, it really wasn't. Yeah, wrong.
I gotta throw them in wherever I can get them.
You're just you're in the habit of it.
Yeah.
He had that one cocked and locked, and he was ready to throw it.
Yeah,
Right.
I've been waiting all show to drop that. That looked like the best opportunity. So no, hey, Planet of the Apes is one. It's probably in my top 10 favorite films of all time. I really love that movie. And
I was watching a clip today. Yeah, I didn't watch it yet, but
Yeah. I have a lot of fond memories of the Ape movies, because of the eras that they came out and the age I was,
mhm.
So it'll be fun to talk about that.
big part
So
of it.
next week, guys, we'll start April in
This
earnest.
still counts as Ape-ril.
It does. It does. This is the king of all ape movies.
Are we going to watch the new ones too?
I don't want to, but if
People
you
have
guys
said
want
that it's actually good. But
to, yeah.
Well, the new Planet of the Apes.
yeah.
Yes,
I've only seen
they
the
are
first-
pretty good actually.
First one or two or something. I don't know.
My CGI teacher in college was the one that modeled Caesar's face for it.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's cool.
Do you see that new movie that came out that what's it called? Primate or whatever, this horror film where this pet monkey gets rabies and just ravages the family or whatever.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that.
No, I haven't seen it.
Well, it's
Anthony
out
in the
now,
chat
but it's
says
just,
new apes are
It
excellent.
stalks them around and
yeah, it's like a serial killer. It's like, Friday the 13th with a monkey. But it's like the reality is there are people that have chimps as pets, and it's like you're freaking insane.
Like Travis.
Travis,
That's
Have
the
you ever
one that
listened-
pulled the lady's face off, right?
Yeah, have you ever listened to the 911
she
phone
was
call?
feeding it Xanax. That's why. Not that it wouldn't have ripped her face off, but she was feeding it Xanax to keep it calm, and then it went off as she took it off.
Well, it went off on her friend, not even her.
Oh, that's right. It ate the friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they killed him.
people,
Yeah.
God, people are stupid.
Yeah. It's not like Cheetah
just
from
figuring
Tarzan,
that
a little baby.
Yeah.
These things full grown are 220, 250 pounds.
And
A
they'll kill
full
you,
grown
man.
chimp.
Yep.
And they're
Yeah.
mean too.
Yep, they are.
Man,
Oh.
like
No, that was one of the criticisms of what Planet of the Apes, because they have the gorillas being mean and the chimps are nice. And it's like it's actually the other way around.
Yeah, really.
The gorillas are a lot
much
nicer.
more-
Gorillas are a lot nicer.
We were at the Buffalo Zoo last summer, and our granddaughter was with us. You know, she was very little. She was only like a year and a half, something like that. And we go to the gorilla thing, right? And there's this big male gorilla there, and there's a couple female gorillas, and we're over there by the female gorilla section, right? And we see the male gorilla start running over there, right? And the female gorilla starts to take off, but the male gorilla gets her, and he just gets on top of her and starts pounding away.
That's what you pay money to go to see at the zoo, man.
I was cracking up, man. My wife is like, "Oh, stop laughing!" I couldn't stop laughing. And then he kind of like goes off, and then we come back and see him, and he's sound asleep.
This is my girl looking at the chimpanzees at the zoo,
and they're thinking about how can they get through the glass to kill her.
I know. No, they were like doing their own thing. I don't know, but it was interesting. Well, when Peaches and I were on our honeymoon, we went to the zoo in Rio and then the one in Sao Paulo, and the Sao Paulo one had the chimps, and there was a little baby chimp, and they had like one tree to crawl on, and like I think there must have only been one female in there and just messing around with the baby, and the other chimps, like they just looked at you and you're like, oh, these are mean chimps. Like they would kill everyone in the zoo if they had the chance. Like you just see it in their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
You guys remember Lancelot Link?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Mata Hari.
Yeah, with the peanut butter. He'd be like
chewing gum, or whatever they gave him, peanut butter or chewing gum or whatever to get him to keep.
You know what we're talking about, Anna?
Mm-mm.
Lancelot Link, Secret Chimp, was a secret agent TV show in the 70s, early 70s. And it was chimpanzees, wearing clothes and stuff. And there was secret missions, and they would talk too. And the way they would get them to move their mouth is they put peanut butter on the roof of their mouths, and the chimps would go like this, and then they put the voices in.
Yeah, it was a Saturday morning kids show.
Yeah.
Lancelot Leak, Secret Chimp. Yep. Are we going to give ratings to King Kong?
See, look at how mean he is. That's a mean monkey.
Oh yeah, dude, man, you don't mess with those things.
Yeah, so strong too. Yeah, we can give ratings.
It's crazy, these chimps, they actually hunt other monkeys and eat them.
Yeah, and they gang rape each other.
Yeah,
they get those monkeys and they bash their heads in, and it's terrible.
Dude,
super brutal.
Have you seen the one where they take the sex robot and put it in the thing with the other chimps? It's not pretty.
Anna's got that on rerun over and over again.
Oh yeah, totally.
her and Peaches.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go. Let's give a score.
Anna, you're first.
An 8. I really enjoyed it. There's things that obviously could be better. Like if that dude only brought his goddamn camera. I'm like, come on, man.
The filmmaker brought his camera.
He said, I really thought he was setting it up when he's like, the rhino was charging and my cameraman got scared. He's like, he didn't trust me. So now I do all my own filming. I was like, okay. Then he's running through. I'm like, bro, this is your goddamn movie.
It's funny because you say that because they obviously thought the same thing when they remade the Peter Jackson one, because that's all he had was camera equipment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Constantly trying to get a shot. Yeah.
Well, the time that it would have taken, like Kong would have not woken up on the ship, like even by the time they got him to the ship. And also there's one little wall on this huge stretch of island, and when they're like, we got to wait by the gate, it's like, you could just go around this wall. And also Kong could just go around this wall, right?
He is an ape. He could climb the wall.
The dinosaurs could go around this wall, So there's a couple things that I'm like, okay, well that wasn't well thought out.
It's an electric fence.
And then the nice dinosaurs are also bad dinosaurs. But I'm like, one thing happens and another thing happens, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like,
if you think about it, it's funny how much this, what an influence. Well, go ahead, give it your score, Aaron, and then I'll talk about it.
I agree with Anna, but I'm going to give it a 9 because of its cultural significance as just existing as a film. So I'm going to
Wait,
give
were
it
you
a
guys
9.
alive when this came out?
Was I alive? My
No.
mom was 2 years old when this movie came out. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
even I know you're not that dumb, man.
I was making a joke, but thanks, I'm not that dumb, Ron.
I'm complimenting you, sort of.
Uh-huh.
That was very
It
left-handed.
was a very
compliment.
backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Okay, Ron.
Yeah,
Schling
no, I
Schlong.
agree with both of my esteemed telecast colleagues. I would almost even venture to say a 9.5 because because of the cultural significance. I don't think the film camera thing. Yeah, I get it. That's true, but I think the culture, what it spawned afterwards, we wouldn't be able to have enjoyed things like Jurassic Park or any of these, these things that followed. So I'm going to give it a 9.5.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm going to go with Anna with an 8 on it.
Mm.
I love everything about this movie, the cultural significance. The only downsides for me is some of the era of acting. The dialogue is a little stilted at times, and sometimes it's charming. But the main thing for me is the music. It's so bombastic.
For that time, that's what
Yeah.
But that's the point of the movie, is to be bombastic. It was there for a reason to make it.
Well, I mean, Max Steiner is one of the great composers of film music. I mean, but I think it's not the composition of the music that's the problem. I think it's the recording of the music that's the problem. It's not its volume levels are so loud in so many places. And the same thing happened with Waxman in Bride of Frankenstein. I think it's the recording issues.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah. So I give it a good solid 8.
Like nowadays, our ability, what we hear, is a lot greater than what you were able to hear and listen to back then, though.
Sure.
So I think it's part of it is the fact that we live in an era with technology that can enhance all these things with surround sound and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's probably a hell of a lot more obnoxious.
Yeah, that's possible too. Like if you were watching this back on your old what is it, RCA television, the Trinitron or whatever it was, which had the built-in speakers into it, you probably wouldn't hear all that tinniness,
I didn't notice any problem with the sound when I watched it last night.
I can't comment because I had my mom watch it with me, and she's almost 95 and she's freaking deaf. So we have to turn the thing up to like the volume, so everything was just blasting the whole time. So I don't know if I watched it at a regular volume, if it would have bothered me or not.
Mm-hmm.
But Fay Ray's screaming certainly did. I was like,
yeah, that's the other thing too, is there's a lot. It's not just Fay Ray. It's even the sailors are screaming because they're getting eaten and stuff. There's a lot of screaming.
There is.
The people in New York are screaming.
That's the point. That's the whole point. It's
right.
They're supposed to be. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to elicit that response. There's a reason for it. It's not like it's just there for no reason.
No,
this was something that had never been seen before, and it was early on in cinema.
Yeah.
So the whole idea of it was the first of its kind in a way, and so it did that to drive the point home to, because in some ways you have to make up for the fact that it's stop motion animation, and maybe even back then they might have been, you still can tell it's fake. So they had to make up for to elicit the horror reaction somehow. And what better way than to get a woman screaming over and over again?
Mm-hmm.
And it elicits a response in men where we hear that and we have to go shut it up, and save it. That's why women do it.
I thought you were going to jump right into the saving part, but first you're like, we got to shut it up by saving it.
The one scene where the log is falling and the guy's screaming, and you can tell he's killed instantly because he's like, ah, ah, ah. It just stops like when the thing hits, which I thought was very effective because there is so much screaming.
Getting eaten by the Tyrannosaurus. Was it the Tyrannosaurus?
No, the Brontosaur.
He got eaten by the Brontosaur, was it?
The long neck.
Yeah.
Well, they changed. It's no longer called that. Brontosaur.
Yeah,
I don't care.
They're called.
Regardless, Anna, whether you care or not.
That was a Brontosaurus in 1933, so I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
Well, of course.
The Diplodocus.
I was trying to remember. So he was eaten by that, but didn't one of them?
I don't think the T-Rex got anybody.
No.
It was trying to get her, but the monkey saved her.
Yeah, but when
Kong played with a dead jaw, which I liked. I liked that he's going blink, blink.
And that cracking noise, man. Like you just ripped a head of lettuce,
That's what I like that Peter Jackson did, though. That T-Rex scene in that was phenomenal.
Yes, it was.
I mean, really phenomenal.
Well, there was a lot of good. That movie was great on the island. It's when they got back to New York, I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, it really jumped the shark when they got to New York.
Yeah, and she's in love with Kong, and don't kill him. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
And also all the almost like a prologue scenes, all the stuff that took place in New York before they get on the boat. It was like he wanted to tell the story about Depression era. It's like, get on with the story, dude. We don't need a history lesson here. Just
let's get to the island where the good stuff is.
Get on the boat and let's get the story going. Because I got another 3.5 hours.
He wanted it to be more of an epic thing than that neatly packaged, little film that came out. I think everything that was in the original was in his remake. He just
and then some.
Yeah. I mean, I will say just for that line alone, though, about the gorillas, I'll give it a 9.
It is a great one.
Well, the guy, the assistant captain, what was his name? The hero, the guy that saved her.
Driscoll.
Yeah, Driscoll, Jack Driscoll. Yeah, John Driscoll? John Driscoll.
Jack.
Whatever.
His real name was John, but they called him Jack.
Okay. He had that bit of dialogue where he's sitting there. I think it was the second scene with Fay Ray before he said he loved her. Like that scene, he was talking about how women are useless, and we were just, my wife and I were freaking cracking up. It was so funny.
There's so many good things to clip in it. Okay, here, I'll show you guys. I went to Skull Island a few years ago.
Where's that
at?
It's in Hawaii.
Oh.
Okay. Did they actually have that set up still there?
Yeah, this is, I don't know if it's still there. We went on the ATV tour, so I got to go to Jurassic Park and then Skull Island.
Yeah, I drove by. We drove by. We were in Hawaii. We drove by that big wall of mountains there where they used for Jurassic World or whatever. But I didn't see any of that Kong stuff though.
Yeah. You know that the wall from the original King Kong was used for the burning of Atlanta in.
Put Anna's thing back down.
Really?
Oh yeah. When
Park.
when they were burning Atlanta in Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
That's Kong's wall that's burning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How funny is it though? By the time we get to see Kong again, it's in Godzilla versus King Kong. Or what? Or no? Did they? Was it?
Yeah, you're right. I think it is.
Yeah.
No. They did that. Sam Jackson was in the movie with Loki. And
no. He's talking about 1962's King Kong versus Godzilla versus.
Oh,
King Kong.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Aaron doesn't like Godzilla, so he doesn't know these things.
You don't like Godzilla?
Right?
No way.
I can't. I did when I was a kid.
Are you kidding me?
Dude,
He
got
thinks
thunder thighs. He
Godzilla's
has a
thighs
cat
are too
face.
fat.
Come on.
He has
Aaron.
thunder thighs and a cat face.
Oh my god.
Not the original Godzilla.
Come on. Godzilla is the baddest.
Well,
It's
you
funny.
know,
My
hang on a
mom is
second.
like the biggest
like it?
Godzilla fan.
Wait a minute.
King
Do I
Kong
like the
Escapes was
Raymond Burr movie?
1967. That was later.
You
I
at
like-
least watch the last Kong versus Godzilla that came out a few years back.
Where he has the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Well,
And the Hammer of Thor.
that was fun. It was great.
I saw Godzilla -1. I thought that was pretty decent. And then
Yeah, Godzilla -1 was good.
And then
Mhm.
the
And King of the
original
Monsters
Godzilla
was
with
good.
Raymond Burr is good.
Godzilla versus or
can't think about
King of the Monsters was good.
Well, the ones back, when they made him a goofball, you got to get.
Yeah.
But post in the '90s, they started treating him seriously again, and you got to forget about that Matthew Broderick freaking.
Oh, forget it. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
was
can't
horrible.
believe they did that. They should have just called it something else, like.
But I will say this: I was very young when that movie came out, and the toys were legit.
They were. They did have some good because
The toys were awesome.
my son got some of those, and there was some. That giant Godzilla toy was really good.
Well, they even made it was about this big, and it's like the egg, and then it cracks open, and it's like the little baby one. It was so cool.
Yep.
And then I think it was like Burger King or Taco Bell had the puppet one, and it had really cool toys. But
I agree with that. The movie was oof.
Mr. Canadian just did a $2 Rumble rant saying Tarzan was an outcast until he killed the leopard. After that, Tarzan was getting all the gorilla tail. How dare you? Thank you for the Rumble rant, Mr. Canadian. All right, guys, we're going to tap out here. We will see you again next week for the beginning of the Planet of the Apes series.
And
we'll
everyone
start
that's in the chat now, please smash the like button and leave Graham a comment. It helps
Yes.
with the algorithm. Even if you just say your rating for the movie, leave a comment because it helps with the algorithm.
Oh, well, thank you for that, Anna.
You
Let
know.
them
You're
know. I don't
welcome.
know that. So
That
now
girl
you
knows
guys
stuff.
know.
She knows
So-
stuff.
Hey, Fiction, what was the most amount of views for an episode? We never actually looked at that one.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We'll see you.
What time is it?
5:30, sir.